And so when I talk about our financial institutions playing by the same rules as folks on Main Street, when I talk about making sure insurance companies aren't discriminating against those who are already sick, or making sure that unscrupulous lenders aren't taking advantage of the most vulnerable among us, I do so because I genuinely believe it'll make the economy stronger for everybody, but I also do it because I know that far too many neighbors in our country have been hurt and treated unfairly over the last few years. And I believe in God's command to love thy neighbor as thyself. I know that a version of that golden rule is found in every major religion, in every set of beliefs, from Hinduism to Islam to Judaism to the writings of Plato. When I talk about shared responsibility, it's because I genuinely believe that in a time when many folks are struggling, and at a time when we have enormous deficits, it's hard for me to ask seniors on a fixed income or young people with student loans or middle-class families who can barely pay the bills to shoulder the burden alone. And I think to myself, if I'm willing to give something up as somebody who's been extraordinarily blessed and give up some of the tax breaks that I enjoy, I actually think that's going to make economic sense. But for me as a Christian, it also coincides with Jesus' teaching that for unto whom much is given, much shall be required. It mirrors the Islamic belief that those who've been blessed have an obligation to use those blessings to help others, or the Jewish doctrine of moderation and consideration for others. When I talk about giving every American a fair shot at opportunity, it's because I believe that when a young person can afford a college education, or someone who's been unemployed suddenly has a chance to retrain for a job and regain that sense of dignity and pride in contributing to the community as well as supporting their families, that helps us all prosper. It means maybe that research lab on the cusp of a life-saving discovery, or the company looking for skilled workers, is going to do a little bit better, and we'll all do better as a consequence. It makes economic sense, but part of that belief comes from my faith in the idea that I am my brother's keeper and I am my sister's keeper.